So let's go back to, okay, so you worked 3 years. One of our bedrooms was where LI Pigments was, just the top colors. And do you remember how excited we would get when we would get an order?
Oh, for sure.
Right? We would like be so excited, or we got 5 orders this week.
I think one week we got like 20 and we called Darlene how we were so excited.
Yeah, Darlene is the owner of LI Pigments.
Whom we love.
Love Darlene, love Mattia, love Carice.
Like family.
Love Blanca. We love them like family. And yeah, it's kind of funny how our brands and our companies kind of commingle, and we're just kind of very parallel. We've been very parallel with them ever since we became a distributor.
Yes.
So it's cool. We're really lucky to have LI, you know, and vice versa. I know they feel the same about us.
Oh yes, Carice and I are super close.
Yes, you are. And we talk to Darlene. Oh my gosh,
all the time.
But they're a beautiful company and beautiful human beings, and they deserve, you know, all the success. So I'm really super. I'm proud to work as hard as we work for them. We would
definitely.
Yes. So then, what? You know, we're packing. We're doing our own packing and shipping. Right? And we would even write little notes and put candy in the thing. And I remember thinking, like, there was no super cool, because I was a body tattooer too.
Right.
And I never used PMU machines. Right. I never really liked the typical PMU digital machine. That just wasn't me.
Right.
I always used a coil and, you know, tattoo rotary machines. So I would shop on tattoo supply stores often. And what a difference shopping on a body tattoo supply store and then going on to one of the stores back in permanent makeup back then during the day. It was like night and day.
Right.
And I just felt the tattoo supply stores were super cool. They really, like the aesthetic of them, the way they were, all these cool products. And it just wasn't like that in the permanent makeup stores back then. And I felt that was missing. A really cool aesthetic to a PMU supply store with cool products from the tattoo industry. Like
more rock and roll.
Right? Because that did not exist. Even 8 years ago, it didn't exist, really. PMU supply stores sold PMU machines, PMU needles, you know, and it was kind of more exclusive shopping, or what's that other kind of shopping, proprietary shopping, rather than universal shopping. So we did our store really different, kind of cool, kind of a little bit more rock and roll and tattoo-y, but high professionalism and support for the customer, the artist,
yes, for sure,
that shops with us and believes in us. Because if I feel if they shop our store, there's something about then they believe in us. They want to support our company, and for every person that believes in us and supports us, you know, we owe them.
Right, we're grateful.
We're grateful, and so setting up a support team was really, really important. Yeah.
And take care of our customers the way we were taking care of our customers.
Yes. Right. Yeah. I know. I remember that. So I think I remember we were probably packing and shipping out of our house for what, like 3 years. And then all that stressful stuff kind of happened. Your job,
right.
My days ending at the salon for, you know, certain reasons, and necessity.
Right.
Get out and finally be together.
Yes.
So we opened up our first little Girlz Ink studio. And by the way, just so people know, it was 13 years in the making for me before I had my own studio.
Yes, I used to tell you we need to have a studio.
I know.
You remember?
Yeah.
I mean, you were scared. Like I was afraid to leave my job because of the security. You were also afraid, you know, because it's scary to go out on your own.
Yeah, it's really, really scary. But best move we ever did.
Yes.
And our studio was what, 1,500 square feet?
Barely.
Maybe 1,300 square feet, and it was in the same park, couple buildings over.
Yes.
And oh my God, Kat, we winged it.
Did we ever?
So bad, right? I mean,
Yes.
right? Well, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. Like, how do you set up a front desk? How do you run a front desk? How do you really run a store
Right.
and control your inventory? We didn't know any of that.
What did we need for our studio? Like, we didn't even realize we needed like a security system or a door. We had to go through all that.
All that. We did. You did write Melissa,
Yes,
who
who used to own it.
who
yeah.
used to own the salon,
And she was super helpful.
and she was super helpful because we really didn't know how to do it.
And she made lots of suggestions. And yeah,
Yeah. We didn't open with a front desk girl.
no,
It
was
was
me,
Yes, it was. It was you.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's how you.
It was fun.
It was really fun, and those those.
But it also gives you an understanding of how customers and clients are with your front desk, right?
Yeah. What do you
So-
mean by that?
So you have the understanding, because it's different when you're the owner and a customer or client calls in and say they're not happy about something, their package got lost or something, and how they speak to the owner versus how they speak to the front
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah.
So that gave us a good understanding of,
Right.
you know.
Right. And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have definitely experienced that. Like a customer will call, and if I get on the phone,
Yeah,
they have a sweet tone,
right.
and they
Even if they're upset.
even if they're upset,
Mm-hmm.
they'll complain to me in a kind way, a more graceful way. But if they get one of the front desk girls, one of my team members on the phone, not so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tone changes. They can be rude
Mm-hmm.
and mean. And yeah, how people know that you run Girlz Ink with me. So
Right.
do they speak to you as nicely as they speak
now,
to me?
Well, now it's different, but in the beginning, it wasn't.
Well, that's because I post Instagram pictures of us like kissing all
They
the
know I'm
time.
also the owner.
Yeah, now they know that you're also the owner.
It's funny.
But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, and it's a shame that happens, but I think we handle disgruntled, and we're lucky. We don't have that many complaints
No, we really
or
don't.
that many disgruntled clients. We really, really don't.
And we want our customers to be very happy.
Well,
So
of course we do.
bend over backwards as best we can.
As best we can. And even our team members do.
Oh, for sure.
But the one thing that you and I won't tolerate is mistreatment
Right.
from a customer.
Right.
You can't allow that to happen to your team member when a customer. That's when you and I have to get on the phone, because I think there's that philosophy the customer is always right, and I think that rings true to a point, right? Like we bend over backwards. We don't even have to tell Ari or Ashley or Olivia to bend over backwards. They just do. I mean,
Right.
they're just that kind of people
Right.
that they're going to try to make that person happy. But it is unrealistic and impossible to think that you're going to please everybody
Everyone.
all the time, and as well as you run your company, as nice as you are, as supportive as you are to your customers, you're not going to run into people every now and then that there is no pleasing them.
Yeah.
There's those types of personalities out
Right.
there, right?
Right.
I can't stand them,
I
just
know.
to let you
Well,
know.
and then if they've experienced it enough, if they yell enough, they get their way.
Yeah.
So, right. So, our girls do our absolute best, but
Yeah.
if it can't happen, it just can't happen. Right.
Yeah. Well, I think in almost every single case, when you and I really investigate and see what happens, that person where they've become a little abusive, they're just super angry, there's no pleasing them. Usually with a little digging, we find that that's happened to other store owners with this
Right.
particular person.
Right. 'Cause we all kind of know each other. Yeah.
You're right. We've discovered that they didn't tell the whole truth about the situation.
Or as they see it. Yeah.
Right. We've discovered some things.
Right.
Yeah. But we still look, if there's even with that type of person, we do try to salvage
A relationship.
the relationship.
For sure.
And yeah, I think we're pretty good at that.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I'd say so.